with the music you don't like.
It's been a long and I need someone so high. Pull up and
Wash away the toxicity.
With no brush on, and yeah, the candles moving, and yeah, the candles moving, and it's time for you to join the current. Here we go again. Critically drinking, stay thirsty, my friend. Burning the clouds and hoping never.
Hustle and grind culture is another version of it. I can sleep when I'm dead. You'll be dead.
It's showtime. Come in and have a drink with the whole crew. Come on then, join the panel or chill from the chat. Do it how you wanna do. The misfit thoughts keep the whole chat lit. Ooh, and soon you'll be a part of it too. So come back again, my friend, or we'll come find you. Here we go again.
What's up?
Critically drinking, stay thirsty, my friend. Burning love and hoping never. If it does, oh, we'll be back again. Now let's make one thing clear. Because of you is why we're here. You give us life, you give us love. That is why we hold you dear to our heart. Come and join the show, cause we need you to grow. So pull up a chair and share with us all of the things you know. Here we go again. Critically drinking, stay thirsty, my friend. Burning in love and hoping never. If it does, oh, we'll come back again.
And like the song say, hey, don't I will come find you. Easy way. With a hard way.
Amazing.
I got my own platform. If I got something to say, I hit my live button, ho.
And did, as Wireless Woman would say. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Critically Drinking. I am here with the Wireless Woman. How are you this wonderful evening, young lady?
I want to start by addressing the public, the podcast public, and say,
Okay.
hey yo, peeps. I would say that I'm glad to be back here, but I'm starting to think that Rashawn is using me for my girlish good looks. If it wasn't for how huge this podcast is, if it wasn't for your huge podcast, I don't know if I could stand you after what you did on my channel. I don't know if I could come back.
Listen, I am here to exploit the beauty of women. So yes, I am trying to have you here so I can blow up my numbers. That's exactly you figured out my plan. I'm a little embarrassed. Forgive me, everybody in the chat. I didn't expect that to go public, but yes, I am here to exploit the beauty.
After all that Thanos energy, we still over here cleaning up the mess that you left on my podcast.
Listen.
If it hadn't been for all that zombie thriller energy that you brought into my podcast, they're still on TikTok talking about you. They said, leave the workforce. I said, girl.
Listen, I carry a lot of energy into a room, and I can't help it that your room is not made for, it's not Rashawn proof. It should have been made indestructible.
It definitely wasn't. It made me realize I'm going to have to, my podcast is not huge enough for the both of us.
Got you. Yeah.
It's not made for the both of us.
Gotta make room.
Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. Yeah, wasn't ready. Neither one of us can be on the same podcast at the same time, unless it's yours, because yours is huge.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you appreciate. the size of my enormous podcast. But Inya is in the building. We got Nova Rain in the building. Risa Neal, hello again. Hello, hello. We got Quantum in the building. Hello, hello. And I believe that's it for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are here to talk about is wireless
We
woman
gathered
is
here today to get through
yes,
this thing called life, electric word
yes.
life.
Now,
Me.
because the wireless woman is a woman of scholastic endeavors, she does have things to do. We will not be before you long, but as Drake said, we're here for a good time, not a long
I'm
time.
here for a good time, not a long time. You know why? I'm
See,
way up. I feel blessed.
I can't
Hey,
stand. Okay, she's obviously in a good mood. So, because
she's
we're in
high.
that good mood,
She's high.
she's.
That's what it is. She no, I'm just kidding. I don't partake. I don't
Jesus.
partake in drugs. All this is free.
I wasn't going to tell everybody about the meth addiction, but since she brought it up, you know,
Baby.
not
Okay.
meth, math, not meth, math. She has a math addiction. Okay, stats. Taking
I
them
have a
stats.
statistics test today, and I have another one tomorrow because the one I'm taking today, I was supposed to have taken yesterday. Hey,
Ooh,
hey, listen, let me tell you something. Drake then took it way too far. Yeah, you're right. We don't need to bring him up over here, especially after what Rashawn did.
you keep bringing up what I did. Anybody that happened to see Wireless Woman's last live, only thing I did was introduce her to some of my more radical masculinist philosophies. Okay, that's all we did. That's all
Listen,
we
you
did.
came over there with like MF Doom energy. Like what in the world? And here's my issue with it. Here is my problem. I was completely unprepared for that. And you know what? You said it from the top. At the top, you said, because I had introduced us as Dr. X and Magneto, because clearly I'm Magneto. You said that you see, and you know what I'm talking about. You said you was gonna be Magneto that day, and you really you really made me feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was like, you were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Like you really, my whole opinion about you changed. Like,
I mean, but that's good though, because like when people, what is that? Was it Tony Morrison? When people tell you who they are, believe them. Whoever said
oh
that, I
yeah,
tried to tell y'all
oh
who I
yeah,
was. I
you
tried to
did,
tell people who I was.
you're right.
Everybody's like,
It,
"Oh, but
it,
he's got it's the cheeks. Oh, look at
that's
the
what I was
cheeks.
about to say.
Look at
Your
that."
inability to grow a beard was the reason why we didn't believe you. You know what I'm saying? It was anatomical. It didn't really have anything to do with whatever was going on in your psyche because we thought you were cute and cuddly, and you're like the teddy bear from Ted. Like you're like Ted.
Got you.
That's what's up.
And that's fair. As long as everybody understands that I am a flawed individual that has some very extreme viewpoints. I don't
Well,
always share all of my most extreme viewpoints.
well, when you said Candyman, when you said wait, Kevin Samuels, that's it. When you said Kevin Samuels, enough time for Candyman to appear, I knew I was like, there's something underneath all that. And now we know. Now we know. Now we know. You came over there and bared your soul, knocked all my stuff off the wall, and now now I gotta rebuild my podcast, but this time it's gonna be huge.
It's
Mm.
gonna be huge, huge. I need to get that clipped up. We will get you a huge podcast as well. Don't worry. It'll take a little time, but with my continued participation, it is surely to follow in my huge footsteps. So just be patient. Be patient. I do want to
Right.
tell everybody what we're doing. We do have a couple
Okay.
of
They
videos
should
that
know.
the wireless woman curated that she wanted to react to because we're trying to get out of some of the racial stuff we've been talking about. We wanted to talk a little bit more about relationships. So
And
huge
this
binary.
is where I get to bring my dark feminine energy, baby. When you move, you see, when you move, you see from racism to misogyny, which is just its sexy cousin. Okay, now come into my room. The upper room. I'm gonna get you right tonight.
Yeah, you're gonna try. You will try. Speaking of Anakin and Obi-Wan, you will try, but unfortunately, I always have the upper hand, especially over here where I can always just have the stage to myself, which is something I enjoy doing sometimes. Because what they say, sometimes women have to take a back seat. So wonderful. It's so wonderful to be able to do that. Just submit. Okay. Last time. That was it. Actually,
Okay.
all feminine
Okay.
energy is dark energy.
Yeah, all the dark energy is the feminine energy. Just remember
Oh,
that.
shoot. But let me see. I do have one prep. This is not one that Wireless Woman approved of, but it's making the rounds. It's going viral. I just want to see what her opinion is of this topic because I haven't heard her mention it. I am going to see. Give me a second.
That's how you know I've been
I
busy.
am no longer seeing male clients because they'll come in my inbox demanding me to prove my worth to them. All up in my email saying, "What can you do for me?" Nothing. There's absolutely nothing that I can do for you.
Okay.
Boo! Boo! I'm not sure why YouTube's doing this lately. It's a short. There's no way you cannot load a short.
It's a short. It's not even huge like your podcast. So I don't know what the problem is.
I didn't have this problem with TikTok.
I am no longer seeing male clients because they'll come in.
Okay, they're gonna make me go to TikTok.
They're gonna make you go to
That's cool.
TikTok. Now you see what us women go through when we have them shorts. Now you see how unreliable them shorts are. Now you see why we be like, can't have no short men. Don't want
I
no
would never
short
hire her or book
men.
a second session. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it.
She wasn't gonna see you anyway. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It would be totally different if she was talking about a demographic of people that she was in practice with seeing, having success with, and not wanting to work with them anymore. Like everyone reserves the right as professionals to serve whom they choose. I'm not saying what she's saying is right or wrong because I don't practice what she practiced, but it's no different than what is all over the dark manospheric web about people being like, we're gonna go to a whole smooth other country to get the women that we desire. So I can't find the problem with what she's saying, you know.
Let me actually let the whole thing play out. So you immediately jumped on that part. The selectivity is one thing, but
let it go.
I am no longer seeing male clients because they'll come in my inbox demanding me to prove my worth to them. All up in my email saying, "What can you do for me?" Nothing. There's absolutely nothing that I can do for you. Go find somebody else. Go play with somebody else. I'm not the one or the two, baby. We ain't gonna do this. Not setting up no consultation or nothing to see if we're a good fit. Trying to see what type of treatment modalities I use, if we mesh well together. Just be in my inbox requiring this free emotional labor. Absolutely not. Because now I'm sitting up here making a TikTok about how y'all keep harming me. Because you're not helping me. I don't need to be working with you because you activate my nervous system. See, I already know that. And I know we're not going to do well together because we start working together. I'm still be thinking about that email you sent me when you tried me. And I'm going to want my lick back because I know who I am. And that ain't good. So I'm just not going to see y'all. Find somebody else to do it. Find somebody else to do it because I don't deserve that. I have been harmed enough for a lifetime. I don't need to be harmed by my clients either. That ain't fair. That ain't right. So I don't know what they finna do, but they ain't finna be seeing me. I am now only working with Black women who are overcoming perfectionism. That's it. That's it. We ain't doing nothing else. And I ain't got to do nothing but stay black and
I knew that misandry would resonate with you. Go ahead and tell me what you think about that now that you've heard that entire thing.
I feel the ancestors. Listen, I want to hear what you got to say first. I want to hear what you got to say first because I would rather.
Be my guest. Actually, literally, be my guest and tell me what you think about this video.
I mean, I heard in the words of the prophet Kendrick Lamar, she said, "I'm stressed out, stressed out, stressed out." I feel like I feel like there was I think she took it a little too far because she overshared. And no one likes a therapist that overshares. But I can understand in what she's saying because I don't think people are equipped with the skill set right now
Mm-hmm.
Post pandemic, coming off of sitting in the house by yourself. Um, sitting in your house by yourself for a good part of 2 years. We're engaging each other again, and it's creating a lot of clashes. But I was actually talking to one of my friend girls at work about this, because it is starting to feel a little bit like the homie energy, a little bit like Amazon energy with the women lately. And
Okay.
I think that's coming from something in the cosmos. Like
Okay.
everybody's relationships are breaking up. I've had like 3 or 4 friends call off engagements. Like I ain't even talking about
Ooh.
like, like some side chick energy, like full scale
Mm-hmm.
engagement. So it seems like there's something. I think we're in this age of Aquarius energy. And the last time we saw it was the 70s when women were burning bras and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I definitely think she's on to something when she said these people getting you like in that energy and harming you. Because I mean, these DMs are
Mm-hmm.
tragic. What's going on with my camera?
I mean, it's that Aquarius energy. I mean, you called for it, and it
I
it it
did.
came.
I
It
did. I'm
came to
still
the
here. I'll be right
forefront.
back. I'll be right
Yeah. See that even the camera is rejecting being on a podcast with a man. See what I'm saying? Like, is there something about men that are being rejected right now? Something energetically, she said, in the universe, and that's where we're at. I do agree. She did overshare. To me, it's deeply problematic because again, this stems from messages she's receiving that are about prospective services, possibly getting
back.
service,
Yeah.
but she wants a consultation first. She wants you to take her out on a date. She doesn't want to exchange messages. She wants you to take her out on that first date, and I get it. I get it. I gotta have it your way. I'm with it. So we'll wait for the wireless woman whose
Oh no, no,
camera
no.
has gone wireless.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Go
No, but
ahead
I
and get
brought
in
you on the
that.
podcast to exploit your beauty. So we can't really exploit your beauty if nobody can see you. So numbers are dwindling. We went down from like 37,000 people watching. Now we're down to 6. So I mean, if you could get your camera working, otherwise, me streaming on OnlyFans like I'm doing right now is not
Otherwise, you
gonna
gotta have
it's not gonna be profitable. You know, I put her in the same
Okay.
category as tarot card readers. Okay.
This right here. This should be great for ratings right here.
There you go.
This is. I'm gonna be demonstrating my technique. Hold on, I'll be right back with you. I found the short, and
Got
the
you.
short is the short is in the shorts as well. So yeah, I found it.
I'm tripping. But I thought that was an interesting thing. We talked about it a little bit earlier with Bree. Man, that lady,
Really,
man. I think
what did Bree have to say about what Bree had to say? Because that's why I was at work fighting off, defending myself against crackheads. So I did not get to see the
get the
earlier
part
podcast.
taketh.
I didn't get
Yeah,
the part
we all
taken.
have a lot of us have problems with it because she again this was about emails. People are asking, what can you do for me? So people are asking stupid questions. Device not connected. Don't even know if she can hear me. So people are asking stupid questions. As a business person, we all know anybody that has a job, anybody that works with the public, people are going to ask you stupid questions. But she invoked a lot of very victim stance language. I've suffered enough harm, triggering my nervous system, and I think there was another one. There was another word, but anyway, but she used a lot of language that was like somebody was harming or threatening her. So because of that, I think she's back. Because,
I'm back,
but you're not back.
I'm back, but I'm not better yet. Give me one uno, because
It's on.
it's coming from my outlet. Give me you listen. You did this. I just want to let you know
Listen,
this is still the reverberate. This is the ancestors being like, oh, and you went back over there. Oh, and you went back over there, really?
that's that dark feminism energy. It doesn't really jive too well with me. I get it. Stuff starts falling off the walls. Cameras start tripping out. That's why you should have went wireless. I mean, your name's wireless, but you got all these cords. I don't get it.
That's what this was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a wire free.
See, ain't no strings on me. There ain't no strings. Ain't no strings on me. But while she is getting reconnected, the wireless woman, as usual, disconnected. Bree, I know she said Nicole goofy. That lady is goofy. But Bree gave me another perspective though. That feminism intersectionality thing. I do think she was probably just coming from an insecure place and just has a lot of male based trauma, male centered trauma, and should never have tried to serve a male population in the first place.
Rashawn, do you know how I can switch cameras in this? Once I'm in, I can't. Can I come out and come back in?
I mean, you should be able to just switch
That's what
cameras.
I'm thinking. Let me go to
I mean,
settings.
just go
I got
into
it.
go to settings. Yeah, go to settings.
Yep. Found it.
There you go. It sounds like she's not cut out for her job. That's true. That's one. Melissa tells gassing up people that look like her. She'd be a better life coach for her subcategory than a therapist for the public. Hey, she's back. I'm back.
Yeah, I just had to switch out my cameras. I'm not really sure what my camera is on, but I know it's you.
I'll take that. I'm like just like the therapist lady. I'm sure it's black men's fault or men's fault,
Exactly.
however you want to say it.
Exactly. This is my sign from the cosmos that I need never podcast with men again. That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, messing with my nervous system, got my equipment shutting down. And you know what's funny? The whole entire time that we were sitting here, I was actually working on something for you.
You're on strike or men are on strike? Because I don't think women
I'm
are on
on
strike.
strike. I'm on
Y'all
strike.
quit. Y'all ain't on strike. Y'all quit.
Yep. Yep. And before I could even put it up here, it's just my camera's gone.
Well, it was probably that negative energy right there. That's what it was. You being petty, and then the gods zapped you. That's probably what happened.
Okay. I think you had a good take on it when you were talking about potentially aggravated male trauma. I think that came through. I think that what she intended to say was peppered. It was peppered with her indignation against men. And even though I think it's valid, because like I said, there are experiences that women have that carry over into her profession, but that's definitely a place where she's gonna have to do some internal soul searching. But I will say Black women's empowerment, and I actually am doing a video on my channel. Hopefully I'll get it up soon. If I I'll get it up. Hopefully I will have it up soon. I'm not sure if people understand, but in the video I was talking about Riza Islam
Yeah,
and the conversation that he had with Nick Cannon, where he was doing what you like to call me plight supremacy, and
white
talking about how
supremacists.
hard it's been for Black women, and how because of our unique struggles as Black women, we should be loved by men because we've been in the most struggle. And I'm like, why you have to punch down like that? To get your point across. And so I feel like if she really wants to be supportive of women, she could say that without making it seem like it's something that is a reaction to men. Because if the energy is really about supporting women, then and we say it all the time, because dudes are like, we're going overseas, and it's like, why you even bring us
Yep.
this, y'all Black women, why you even bring us into it, like
Yep.
so I do think there's a duality there that she definitely brought in some folks that didn't have nothing to do with what she was talking about. So
See, I see now we're starting to find some common ground. It took about 4 podcasts, but I think we're finally starting to make some headway. That was a very balanced and nuanced take, and I respect it. I respect it. Don't be petty. Don't be petty. Don't do it. That's when stuff starts falling off the walls. Remember that. Now,
camera
see, now the mic.
dark.
I was about to say, see, now the mic ain't working.
No, the mic works. I just yeah, go ahead.
Dury loves that we can disagree often, but still have thorough conversations. Thank you. And Nova likened it to cops complaining about crime rates, even though their employment depends on crime. The problem people have are what employ her, and if she can't handle it, she should try something else. Absolutely, I do agree. I know one of the points, and I'm gonna ask you about this. One of the points I made earlier, because it's kind of stick. For some reason, her thing kind of stuck with me. Like personally, it just landed on me different. why, if she can't handle it, and it's not just her, a lot of black women therapists are saying they can't handle working with men or black men, whichever way they want to phrase it. Essentially, they're having a hard time working with black men.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's telling black men to go to therapy. Also, therapy is predominantly, 4% of therapists are black. And out of that 4%, 75% are women. So the possibility of a black man being able to be seen by a black man, because
Black
women are
man.
worried. If women are worried about black men being seen and treated and being healed, well, then you're asking them to either be not seen, because there are not enough black men to service the black male population of people that need therapy. So you're asking them to be seen by what everybody likes to talk about with racism, the people who create patriarchy. Everybody, patriarchy. Well, then you're going to send them to the masters of patriarchy.
Yeah.
So either that's who's going to shake the minds.
I'm being therapized. I'm being seen by the enslavers, by colonizers. My therapist is the great, probably just like the grandchild, because he old. He probably like the grandchild of an enslaver. I am not of the belief system that people have to come from where you come from in order to be able to, counsel you. However, that is so true. But that goes back to the last conversation that we were having about where the men's at, where they at though, because we have to have y'all in college. We have to have y'all in school. You have to build the communities wherein you will dwell. So if you're not building up your own community, then yeah, you're gonna be subject to women and colonizers, because that's pretty much who's out here building right now.
Hey, if we're absent in the space, somebody is going to fill the void. Yeah, shout out to Rashawn and the wireless woman being therapized. I'm
being
untherapized.
therapized. Listen, you do not understand. I have a full old white male colonizer that is my therapist, and I've always I had a white woman therapist. That's the worst. Oh my God, never. I had a black female therapist, and she was okay, but I had a black male therapist. He was young too, and he was really good. Like, he gave really great advice, but I never really felt like I never felt heard and fully understood. Like, I felt like he was opening up cans and giving me like standardized advice that he would probably give anybody. Okay. But yeah, my therapist that I have now is an old white man. The last one that we've been in therapy together for 2 years now, and it was weird because I was thinking about it today. I was like, oh my God. And then the last therapist I was with for like a full 3 years was also another white man, and they really understand like trauma and abuse, probably because they've been the architects of that system. So
I knew it.
I've had a good experience with it. I think you have to be open in therapy with finding the people you connect with, because you want the help. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it's about the help. Like you said, it's not about the messenger, it's the message. I'm using your words. You said this.
I mean, it's cool. It's just funny. It's just funny hearing people that use language like colonizer and enslaver, but also will go to the very same people for all sorts of businesses and services. It's for me, it's always going to be hilarious.
You said it's post-racial now. You said it's post-racial.
I didn't say it was post-racial. I never said that.
Okay. It's weird how you be wanting me to abandon the blackness, right? Because I be on it, you know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to something like this, you're like, oh my God, how dare you embrace the bosom of the enslaver? Like, here come Rashawn to the rescue.
I want you to abandon the being married to the idea of black. Because again, you was talking about, I breathe black. I brush my teeth black. I skip to my loo black.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blackity black. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blickety blick, 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 blickety blick, 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 blick. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right. I mean,
I was inspired. Like,
it was pro-black. Yeah, it was. You was super inspired. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't expect white women to have a white male therapist. Why not? I don't know. I don't know. It just, anyway. I find the intersection of identity. I find the intersection of identity and politics interesting. So that was my point. CB4. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Rashawn a white male therapist. No, I'm probably gonna have to get a white male therapist.
Yeah, and my thing is, I think this is the space.
Oh, wireless woman. I mean, I
Yeah,
wouldn't expect wireless
no
woman to have a
one
white male
thinks a
therapist.
lot of things about me. I have biracial children. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a lot of things about me that are very conflicting. But
Mm-hmm.
I
Big
think
wig.
I think that this is the opportunity in those voids for Black men
Mm-hmm.
to create safe spaces for each other, to
Mm-hmm.
build mentoring and apprenticeship and counseling, programs and guilds, and be able to unify around their shared experience of not having that support system. Like, I've been saying that for a long time about women. We can't be that support system for you. So even with her coming in, like going back to the original video, even with her coming in and saying she ain't gonna do it, saying,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so now instead of tearing her down and burning her to the ground, and if that's what they want to do, okay, fine. But what are you gonna do? It's like when we talk about Adidas and Balenciaga and all this, but what have you created in the space of saying we're not going to support that, but okay, what are we going to support? What are we going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's an opportunity. It's a growth, as my supervisor would say, it's a growth area.
It's a growth area. I like it. I like it. But I do think men are going to have to, and I've said that before. Men are going to have to take care of themselves, because nobody's coming to save us. So I wanted to share one of the videos that Wireless Woman actually did submit, because this is going to be a hot mess and I'm going to be triggered. So
I've
I
never
am
seen this
going
video
to.
before in life.
You haven't seen this one? This ain't one of the ones you sent?
No, it's one of the ones you sent me.
Oh, yes, this one of the message. Let's go to the one you sent. Give me a second. Let's go to the one you sent.
I was about to say, do your thing, but I'm just saying, I'll be putting this on you. The people think I endorsed this. Okay, these people think I got behind Donald Trump.
I think you'll agree with it. So let's actually show the one you sent. It's actually kind of small. The video of it is kind of small, but it's Jesse Lee Peterson.
It's part of making a woman climax, and that's the word.
Yeah.
Right.
Any woman that's climaxing, that's the right word, right, Dave? I know you want to know. You're a virgin. Virgin don't know anything. Any woman that's climaxing is becoming a man, because it's not normal for women to do that.
Right. I think it's a lie. I don't think they do that.
Oh, you don't think they do?
No.
You think they're pretending?
Yeah.
So Jesse Lee says any woman that's having an orgasm is becoming a man. Another guy says
I'm a man.
He doesn't even think.
I'm a guy. I'm a dude. You're a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Yeah. I'm a dude. She's a dude. I'm a dude. I'm a guy.
I don't even know where they could have been coming from. Like I don't even know where they could have been coming.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what were they talking about right before that, for that to even be what they came up with. They was like, you know what? Like, how do you even? But I'm a dude. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm a guy, and if a guy can't make me feel like a full natural man, then I don't even want it. I mean, we can be gay. I don't know what that means, what he said, but I'm gonna be the guy if that's the case. I don't even care if he the guy. I'm gonna be the guy. I'm a dude. I'm a full dude. I'm a raging dude. Let it play too. Let it play, because he was specific about what type of guy it is, and I'm that guy. I'm the guy for the job. Okay.
Really, that could be possible. You think when women act like they're doing that, they're lying?
I never thought about it, but you never know.
Yeah, because they'll be making a man think he's really doing an amazing job.
Yeah, I think it feels good, but the climaxing part, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, women, don't let. I don't know if y'all doing that or not, but don't even try, because if it were natural, you'd naturally do it. But the fact you're trying to make something happen, you're becoming a man. The man is turning you into a man, a fake man,
Not
but a man.
Kind of man.
Right, not a real man, a drag queen man.
Perversion.
Yeah.
So a woman is trying to have an orgasm, trying to make an orgasm happen, is becoming a man, a fake man, a drag queen.
I'm a fake man. I'm a man who grows a better beard than you do, Rashawn, because I'm a full, whole, entire toe. I'm a man with a goatee. I'm a fake man. You know what's funny though? You know what's so funny? um, you know it's so funny when he was talking about making things happen, and what I thought was funny was they were like, they think we lying.
I mean, why?
They
I don't
think we
understand.
lying. They think we're lying. Yeah. So the thing that I find to be so interesting was the wise man once said that women should not work and they shouldn't work at all. They shouldn't do anything that would compete with a man that could be considered masculine. And this guy just told us women, he just set us right. He just put us in our place and let us know that if we have to try to make anything happen, even sexually, that is masculine. And I just want to say, they've been claiming we was masculine before that. They was claiming that, but I am here to say, as the spokesperson, as the delegation, as the leader of the female delegation, that baby, I'm a dude. You're a dude. We're all dudes. These are your friends. These are your these are the people that she said she didn't want to work with. I just wanted you to know this
Only
was
two
how
of
she
them are
got
black.
there.
Well, she just said males.
She
said
said males.
They're
I was about to
males.
say,
They're
because
males.
everybody put that
They're
tag on what
males.
she said, and she never
They're
brought
males.
up race. Just like
I'm gonna tell you though.
just like us. We're not talking about race tonight. We talking about gender.
Yeah, we're not. That's why I need to own an online sex toy store. They're going to survive the apocalypse because if men down this bad, vibrators will always have a market. Man, this is horrible.
Yeah.
So, ladies, and I'm glad that the ladies brought it to my attention so that I can warn the ladies not to do that. That is sinking low as low can go. And no man, because if you're doing that to your boyfriend, live-in, or your husband, the guy's going to believe you're doing it elsewhere too. That is low. Don't do.
And now I want to hear your opinion on this one.
Oh, that wasn't even done. Oh snap! No, I don't even have much of an opinion. It's just so ridiculous.
You really have to go
A
into
woman
that
is
part.
trying to make an orgasm happen. Is a man. It's a drag queen. It's low because if she's trying to have an orgasm, she's trying to have it everywhere. Which
Breathe.
means
That's what I said. Scrub the ground. Scrub the ground.
but
Hey,
that would mean
scrub the ground.
men try to have orgasms. That means if he tries to have an orgasm with women, he's trying to have orgasms everywhere. Like so,
Yeah.
anything he claims that she does as a man, he would also have to be doing as a man too. So it's
Anything you
weird.
can do, I can do better.
It's
Yeah,
just
I mean, but
weird.
see, that's just it is devoid of logic. How do you lead someone out of darkness? How do you lead someone out of darkness? Like you said, who was born in it. How do you overcome that type of main energy right there? But this I want to say this because men like to, and I know that was triggering when I just even saying the word men. So just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. We're going home. Like I promise. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Breathe. They don't even know. Okay. But men at times, just out of their ignorance of having experiences with other men, will try to gaslight us like, no, men don't say this is so facts. Like, if you'll notice, she didn't say men who come to my practice professionally. She said men in my DMs. Because, baby, these DMs, I just had a DM before I got on here from a guy that was like, I want to see what that booty do. And I just had to block him. So I'm just saying these types of asinine, illogical, ludicrous, ridiculous things that are said in the dark, in the darkness on the black side of the mind of some of these men would shock the mind if y'all actually had to be inundated with this type of messaging on a daily basis like we do. And I that's where the harm part came in. Don't get me wrong. That's where the hard part came in. But I'm just letting you know, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Because, baby, I'm a dude. I'm a full guy. I'm going to go get me a beard right now.
Man, I don't know. I ain't even gonna fight back on the therapist.
Get your
Yella, what's
friends.
up?
Get your
Yella, get my
friends.
friends. Them ain't everybody ain't my friends. Like Jesse Lee and them ain't my friends. I don't listen to Jesse Lee Peterson. That's why I don't like stupid. Like I have a problem with stupid. It manifests physically. It the same way the therapist, it activates my nervous system when I hear stupid. My
Yeah.
nervous system gets activated when I hear stupid. It harms me
It
to
harms you.
listen to stupid. So I also will not be seeing male clients. Like I will not be I will not be seeing any more male clients. I only want to see clients that are women who struggle with perfectionism, that want to show what that booty do as the wireless woman's. Let me quit. Call me Scuba Steve. Sing your song. Yeah, I honestly though, this is stupid. This is I don't even know what else to call this.
Woman that is worldly,
Do they come
educated,
back? Those dudes
well
come back, or
traveled.
they move on to something
No,
else?
this is something wholly else.
Okay,
This is
cool,
something
cool.
wholly else. But the fact that he had 3 other guys, and see, everybody said she was talking about black men, but like you pointed out, half the panel was
Yeah,
like they were like, yeah, I've never even thought about it.
that was
Like
dumb.
I
To
never thought
even
about it.
they've never thought is the problem.
That's the problem.
Only thing I'm gonna say about the therapist lady, because she had on her website or whatever it was, she was having a male. It was for black men. She was having a thing for black men. So she's no longer seeing men. Those men were black men. You see what I'm saying? So even though she didn't say black men, if she had a therapy thing that was for black men, is no longer seeing men, those are black men. So
Okay.
she didn't say it explicitly because she was probably trying to avoid that specific blowback by not saying black men. But unfortunately, everybody read between the lines. Everybody.
Everybody did. They put lines in there and then they read in between them.
Hey, Stage, one other dude said women don't
He
have real
said they don't have
orgasms.
real
They're
orgasms. Yeah.
faking. They're faking
Yeah.
orgasms, and they're fake men.
And
Like,
what I find to be interesting is that, for a long time
amazing.
there wasn't even a study of, women and their anatomy and things like that. But now at the dawn of the, enlightenment and the women's movement, and women can be doctors now.
Yeah.
They know that there are just as many nerve endings in the clitoris as there is in the whole entire male penis. If you can imagine the universe in the palm of your hand. That's what it's like in the palm of your hand. That's why we don't even. That's why we don't even need you for it. But you're welcome to share the experience, to taste the rainbow along with us. Butterfly in the sky. Why are you like this?
I don't know.
That's what happened. It's not actually that like
When
the
you become
other
a
one
man.
showed up. The other one showed up today for this podcast. Then she had to be here in a while. So
It's okay, because what you're saying is
Amazing.
true.
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. It is all
I can
amazing.
go twice as high. I'm trying to tell you, y'all do not understand the fun that we have. If you could be inside of the mind. Get your mind out of the gutter. The mind of the woman.
I was waiting.
When she is in her masculine orgasmic energy.
Okay.
Then you would know that God is a woman.
Amazing. I am going to play a couple of videos. These were sent to me by someone, and I just wanted to get the wireless woman's take on them, and then we'll get out of here. We won't even make this a long stream because she does have other things to do today.
I'm trying to get that masculine education,
Yeah, you're gonna learn. And these are some men, and they are talking, and it's along the same, not as stupid as Jesse Lee. But boy, I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts. I've got my thoughts. Let me hear y'all's thoughts. Let me Refresh this real quick. Oh, of course, no audio. Where is? I hate that.
To act like it's extremely difficult
Give me
to make a
second.
change that will better your relationship.
Because I got a feeling you're gonna be amen in this, but I got to get the audio from the beginning.
The slightest change is hard. That's part of the deal. You see, it benefits him to act like it's extremely difficult to make a change that will better your relationship, because that would require work. Big or small, it's still work. And sometimes you bring ego into it. Why should I make this change for you? I don't know, dude. It's only your girlfriend or wife. And then he might also think, well, if I do make this change, is it going to stop there? Now that she's aware that I'm capable of making these changes, is she going to want more? So why even start? And the more that this is put up with, the less likely there will be a change or a slight improvement. And this is where it gets kind of sad, because he values you staying over your growth, over the relationship's growth. And what have we learned about being stagnant? There's no such thing. You either go forward or you go back. For him not listening to your request and actively working on that and showing you, would you say that shows a lack of respect for you? How do you build a future with that? When he acts like...
So, what do you think about what that gentleman said?
I think that I need to know what his Cash App is.
I knew it.
No. I mean, he's pandering.
Okay,
The
thank you.
sad
That's the word
part-
I didn't want to say.
The sad part about being in a woman in these relational economic times, and see, I'm a woman who understands now what the exchange theory is, so I know what he gets out of that and being that guy. The sad part is we can't even trust the people that's for us as women nowadays, because these guys get out there and they be like the Derek Jacksons of the world, and now we got to sit here and be like, So it's a tough space to be in, but he's definitely pandering. He said a whole lot of nothing. It just sounded really good. At this point, they're giving us their cheat codes so that it's almost like that whole concept of reverse racism, as if it could be. And it's like, see, now that I've showed you my cards, I'm an honest person. But it's like, how'd you know? You knew because this is the stuff that you be on. So I think he made good points about, reciprocity and what relationships could be if we were to approach them as a partnership. It's definitely factual that we as Black men and Black women, I want to bring something up. Jessie Wu, she did a podcast on YouTube. Y'all should go check it out, where she was talking about the perfect match. You remember last time I was here, I was talking about that perfect match energy.
Yes.
And they sent all the Black women home off that show. Like every time they came in the house, but they sent the Black men home too. The depiction of Black people in love relationships. First of all, none of the Black people chose each other. At all. At all. As soon as the Black women came in, the Black men was like, so it was tragic. But we have to begin to understand that until we prefer each other, until we build each other, my video I just did, that the culture is the culprit, until we build up our community and make it a place that we can invite other cultures of people, other races, other ethnicities of people into, we're always going to be at a devalued situation. It's like Mexicans in America is because this is not their country. We get to tell them like, oh, you're illegal and do all of this. So you're never going to get your full value for who you are as long as you're displaced outside of your nation. With that being said, though, I mean, what he said was facts, but I don't trust him though.
Okay, that's good. That's solid. It activates your nervous system.
It activated my nervous system.
Activated your nervous system because of all the harm we've caused. Yeah, I'm with you.
What were your thoughts on it? I feel
I thought it was pandering too. I think it's pandering because it was so unbalanced. Because there is also a thing of people asking and making demands of you in a relationship that are not warranted. So just capitulating for the sake of what a person asks, so I got to do it. That's not always like I don't want to give effort. Sometimes it's something like I have a boundary. I'm not going to do that because not every request needs to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So There was no balance in his commentary for me, and because of
Yeah,
that, that's what made me feel like pandering.
yeah, but see, that's the problem where I have to bring it back as the wireless woman to the women
Boo.
because boo.
Forgive me.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I was like, why am I here? Uh, no, that's the place where we as women though have to bring it back and be accountable because we put these people on. Oh, I know you
Okay.
didn't.
I
I'm
was
a dox
going you
you.
because I thought you were
I'm
going
a dox you.
feminist. I
I'm
thought you were going
going
feminist.
feminine. Listen, we're here for the people. We're here to reach across the aisle. Okay, we're here to have a bipartisan conversation. Okay, so I was. I mean, if you want me to,
But you know I'm Magneto. You can't threaten me with a Magneto cup when I know I'm the villain. I mean, we activate y'all's nervous system.
here's
We're
the
not
thing.
safe. All the harm.
You know, I bully the bully, so
I mean, you could try.
don't start
I'm
and
not
won't
that.
be none. My point in what I was saying was, my point in what I'm saying is, we're not at the point we're not at the point where we have enough vested interest and trust in each other. It goes back to what I said about men needing to build their villages around them and what they need to do, and women need to be accountable because a woman could say the same exact thing he said, get no energy, but then we will sit here and prop these people all the way up, back their platforms, not even know who they are, what they stand for. Most of them got a trail of dust and tears that's longer than the original trail of tears, and we're actually trusting these people with a whole community of women when we haven't even vetted these people. So I will bring it back to women and say women got to stop building up platforms of men who are pandering to women because, like you said, there's no growth in that. There's no challenge in that.
I'm with that. I appreciate that very balanced perspective, wireless woman. This is the
I've been
last.
I've been waiting on you to give me something I can show out on, like how you showed out on my. I'm trying to have that blue
No,
curtain on the ground for the end of this
I mean,
whole thing's
see, you
over.
just got to bring it out because you didn't give me anything to work with. Where I just had
I'm
to
gonna
say it.
short circuit
If
your whole system. Your huge
if you got
podcast
something,
gonna
if
be
you got something hugely feminist and misandrous to say, just blurt it out. Just say, I hate men. Just get it out. Get it off your chest. That's all. And we'll move on from there. We're like, okay, that was great. Thank you. This guy here. Let me get this going. Cause this guy, this is some.
A man needs to love a woman more than she loves him for a relationship to work. 100%. If a woman loves a man more than he loves her, and he's not more physically and emotionally invested, it will never work. Men have to want you more than you want them. They have to love you more than you love them. And that's going to show in his effort and how much work he puts in. When a woman loves a man more, she's throwing herself at him, and he's not really putting in any work. He's not invested the same. He might seem like he cares at first, but eventually he's going to lose interest. Bottom line, the more work a man puts in truly defines how much he loves you. And he's got to love you more than you love him for the relationship to work. A man.
So you up here? Nah, no, don't even do
Mars.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mars. Let me just start by saying that I believe him. Now him I believe because he likes skin. He meant every last one of them things. See, that's why your podcast so huge. Because every time I get on here, it be a whole panel full of light skinned men and stuff talking about their feelings. And see, we resonate with that because we believe. You see, Mr. Clark, he believe in us. Mr. Clark, he see if the dark skinned man had been light skinned when he said what he said, I would have believed him. But because this guy was light skinned, I feel like if nothing else,
Colorism.
he believes what he said. I believe he believed what he said.
He's Drake. He's not pandering. He actually believes the nonsense he's
He
saying.
actually believes what he said. Yeah. So I
Okay.
I I, I trust where he's coming. No, but seriously, that is facts though. Women give women
Stop.
Women give women advice like that. They tell you, they say, don't marry the guy you love, marry the guy that loves you.
Wait a minute. Don't marry the guy you love. Marry the guy that loves you.
Right.
So only one person loves. Don't marry the guy you love. So you don't love the guy. You're marrying a guy that loves you, but you don't love him. What
I
kind of
mean,
mess?
I'm just telling you, if the guy you love isn't also the guy that loves you, and you have to choose between two guys, then choose the guy that loves you and not the guy that you love, because the relationship has a whole lot more longevity when the guy loves the woman. But I just want to say, because see, when men say this stuff, y'all act like they said something profound, but and women do inherently, they give the most misogynistic advice. Brie, you're absolutely right, because women are so busy when they give advice to other women, trying to be the man giving that woman advice, that it's just so misguided. But let me say that I said this same thing in theory on my Pretty Privilege podcast, How to Train Your Dragon,
Mhm.
because I said that these men who love these women that don't love them back, they just are like Babe Ruth pointing for the bleachers, hitting batting way out of their league. And,
Mhm.
and I reiterated it again in my Women Get Girls Get Friends On Too video, where I was talking about how these dudes are way out their depth with these chicks that don't have a ounce of empathy or compassion for them. And then the
Mhm.
woman who's like right there, being a friend, coming on a huge podcast, you know, sitting in them DMs when they not on the live, trying to anyway. No, because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about us. We are completely professional. We are completely, this is
Absolutely.
completely perfect. Anyway, my point is, those are not the women they choose. This is
Mhm.
not who they choose. So he's right in that, because when a man is in a pursuer energy,
Mhm.
when he's in the challenge, when he's in his masculine orgasmic energy, you know, that's when the relationship seems to have the most, you know,
So
vigor.
are you seriously about to tell me that women like thirsty men?
No, I didn't say thirsty man. You love to juxtapose things like as if there's no middle ground in there. He said that when a man is putting the majority of the energy into the relationship could be more successful. And it can,
Thirsty.
because men tend to value their investment. So if our whole relationship is
Growth.
made up of my investment, it's easier for a man to walk away, because he like, and I'm saying this like firsthand, because I've been married twice, and I was in a relationship with a guy, and he was like, that's your house, you and your ex-husband had that house, I'm not moving into
Mhm.
that house, so now I got to sell my house to be with you. So I just don't find that men value the investment that women make in a relationship if it eclipses theirs. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a different way to
I
look
hear
at it,
you.
right?
I hear you. But see what I heard that man say. What I heard that man say, the way I heard it was almost the way you said that little phrase, don't marry the one you love, marry the one that loves you. That's the
Right.
way I heard it. I heard
You
that from
you
him.
heard
Women,
exploitation. That's what you
that's
heard.
what I heard. I heard the
Mhm.
one-sided, like women should marry the one that loves them. That's basically what he was saying. The
That's
man
what he
should
said.
be the pursuer. But
Mhm.
what I found is that typically does not really sustain interest from women. For a lot of women, modern
Mhm.
right now type, I'm dating in my 20s and 30s type women. That that does not seem
First
to.
of all, let me say that doesn't sustain anybody, because we're the ADHD
There
culture
you
of
go.
millennials. We're the Toys R Us kids of the
Hmm.
universe. They talked about us in the 80s. They said we wasn't gonna be nothing. And I felt I was triggered back at the time. But they was like, they knew. They were right, because they had raised us. But my thing is, um, yeah, I mean, he that's where he's coming from, and that's what he's saying.
Hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, nobody wants anybody that wants them, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in. But I still feel like men are the architect of relationship, because once we turn it back on and say that, okay, well, we have the power to make these determinations. Y'all are the ones that are like, no, men are the gatekeepers of marriage. Men are the gatekeepers of. So if you don't want to have to be in relationships that are unbalanced and unreciprocal, pick the women that reciprocate your energy. I still feel like it's like which came first, the chicken or the egg, and we just be here all day.
But that's a much better stance. Pick the person that reciprocates your energy.
Right.
Because again, the other two statements were about unbalance. One person,
Relationships, yeah,
unbalanced. So I don't think that unbalance can sustain itself, because if either party is not interested, yeah, well, I think that's where we're headed, because I mean
that's the only thing.
It's so bad right now. It's so bad.
So bad.
Everybody's being taught like strange philosophy as far as what you need to seek. Because I would prefer that if I'm interested in you, like, okay, let's say from the woman's perspective, if a dude is hyper interested in you, more interested than you are,
yeah,
how do you know that that's going to sustain after you become sexually intimate? So yes, you get all that energy front loaded.
Well, see, now that's like love bombing, manipulative energy.
But that's what a lot of dating is.
True.
A lot of it, even from the women, it's not love bombing from the women, but it's still
we're
manipulative
adrenaline junkies. We're adrenaline junkies. We're dopamine drunk. We're serotonin drunk. We punch drunk. Yeah. But we're overstimulated, and that's why I'm saying at this point, what's the medium though? Like, what's the? I know this is gonna be.
Here you go. Here's your moment.
I know this is gonna be unpopular, but I think we got to go back to arranged marriages and arranged couples in here, because this free will, you see, this free will, it has gotten us. We've been free willy out here, and we're gonna have to return to some sort of 1984 Big Brother type energy, where the state picks our partner.
Patriarchy.
Totalitarianism.
Yes. I got her to advocate for the patriarchy.
Amazing.
I love it.
You're retarded. I'm not gonna do this with you.
It's okay. I mean, as long as we landed at the exact same place, that couples need to be paired off by the state or by community leaders or by family headship. There needs to be some intervention from an authority, and people we're too free. People we do not have the responsibility and accountability to choose for ourselves. Absolutely.
Well, I think it should be a matriarchy, and the women should be choosing all their sons' wives. I think that's the best way to go.
Now stop it. Now
she's gotta be the mother-in-law, so she should get to pick her own daughter-in-law. I'm just saying. The women are much better matchmakers, so I think that's the way we got to go with it. I think that's the way.
Have you seen Society?
Yeah, that's the way we got to go with it. Because see, here's my thing: like, the guys are gonna mess it up. They're gonna marry off all the young women with a bunch of old guys. Then the old guys are gonna be dead. Then the young women are gonna be old women, and they're not gonna have any husbands. And like, no. Us women, we're gonna have it right. We're gonna get you with the most fertile, the best, the women who can cook the best. They're gonna be submissive, because the mother-in-law ain't gonna take no snot off of them. So she gonna pick the type of woman that's gonna submit to her. Then she gonna submit to you.
You might be right. If it was like there was no other choice than what women chose, y'all might actually, because y'all would pair us with people that we wouldn't choose for ourselves.
Yep, and now she gotta stay. Now she gotta stay. You see what I'm saying? Now she gotta stay. It's gonna be a whole totally different ball game if mom is picking out the partner. Now she gotta stay.
Now, if y'all pairing us with people that we're not enticed by, so to speak,
that's the problem.
How do you manufacture the motivation in the man to do all the things necessary to maintain?
See, you have to go back to the function of relationship and marriage. Women understand it better than men do. And that's the reason why we can marry a guy that we don't love instead of the guy we love. We marry the guy that loves us, because we understand the function of the relationship. And I'm not saying that's all women, because it's a lot of women in their masculine energy right now, trying to out alpha the alpha, and that's a huge problem. is huge, like this podcast. And
Absolutely.
but I honestly feel like mothers, because I have a 19-year-old son, so I can speak to it. We understand, having raised the child, having seen the deficiencies in the man, what it takes to partner that man, because we've been his partner growing up to that point in his life. I mean, good moms, don't get me wrong. I ain't talking about like trash moms and stuff like that. You know, I ain't talking about like holiday heart moms or nothing like that. But I can honestly say, I think that men pick the wrong things in partners because of the enticement factor, because I need to be attracted, but attraction is going to fade. And now you've got this woman who's been living in pretty privilege all her life, that's an old woman now that needs to be useful. So for me personally, what I've seen work in relationships where people have really worked out and they endure, like I have an aunt right now, and my uncle is going through like final stage renal failure and all that stuff, bladder gone, kidney gone, you know, all that stuff. And she's always been a certain type of woman. Let me just tell you, not a looker, you know, not a looker. And blonde wigs ain't never been the way. But she was a strong partner. They raised their children. You know, now that he's sick, I know he can trust fully in her, not just to take care of him in his in his advanced, you know, illness, but also to take care of herself once he's gone. You know, that type of resilience, that type of endurance in a woman. That's why I said women have to begin as well to be the type of women that can choose their best, what's in their best interest. So I'm going to choose a man that loves me properly, that allows me to rest in my femininity, that sees me for who I really am. He may not be Pookie and Ray Ray. He may not have swag. He may not be a thug. He may not, and that might be what we're attracted to, just like men are attracted to certain things in women that don't translate into a strong partnership with that woman. So all of us have to turn that off and start selecting what we feel like are going to be strong partnerships. Because me being in marriage, relationship, and family right now, I'm learning that relationships and marriages form the basis for all other institutions. Schools come out of it, churches come out of it, banks come out of it, you know,
That's right.
industry comes out of it. And if we're not in the household raising children that are going to be responsible citizens, because we so busy, you know, on TikTok and, you know, doing the latest choreography, all of society suffers because of that. You know, we got men that can't find therapists. We got women because they didn't go to school. They didn't go to school for it. They didn't go to school for it. You know what I'm saying? They're not in college. Women are graduating 2-to-1 with men. So these shortfalls in society, us not having therapists, us not having doctors, us not having engineers, it's going to begin to collapse the whole entire infrastructure. But we still having conversations about what desirability is, as if that is going to create a strong partnership.
You sway me. You sway me. I really do think the arranged marriage could be more beneficial because our choosing. I've said this many times. Our choosing mechanism is definitely broken.
Our picker is off. And when you
But
take that desirability piece out, now you actually gotta work on the relationship. Now this woman actually gotta be useful, because like, why else are we here? You know?
yeah, I get you. I do know that somebody else choosing for us will probably work out. I think flipping a coin would be work out better than what we choose from right now. But I do have a question. Blackhearted with New Growth Old Soul says, "Why are we attracted to those things?" Is the question, because it wasn't always that way. You have an idea?
Self-destruction. We're headed for self-destruction. That's why, because where you guys did that wonderfully masterful live about the shadow self. And because we're looking to manifest the part of ourselves that we don't naturally put in the light, those are the things that those are the things that if we won't explore it ourselves, we can explore it in that other person. I was listening to In the Valley by Miguel, and he said, I want to choke you. I want to bleep you like I hate you. Stick my fingers in your mouth. I want to slut you out. You know, if you don't explore that type of stuff, in your own personal life, if you're ashamed or you're afraid of your shadow man, then you're going to get a man that's going to slut you out and shove his fingers in your mouth. I'm sorry. So, the guy who comes home and, brings groceries and that's not appealing. It's not appealing because I do all that stuff. You see? Yeah.
So then the next question would be, if they're arranged marriages, where are you going to get all that shadow experience? Where are you going to delve into all of these things?
That's where you grow. Like when she asked, where do we find these things? This is where we're going to be able to raise the generation of therapists that are going to get people, in the fetal position in therapy so that they can work that shit out. Because ultimately, we're not working the stuff out. We're working the stuff out in relationships. And that's why our relationships look so toxic. Like I've literally had to counsel like 3 or 4 of my friends that are in the most, they're in relationships with Darth Vader, like baby. And you ask them, you're like, and I took care of him and I have outside. It's like, what did you even get out of the relationship? Like you've been in a relationship with yourself, baby. You've been shadow boxing. And when I hear men talk about it, be like, and then I took care of her for months. I helped her while she was going through school. I put her through school. And then why are you in a relationship with somebody that couldn't reciprocate, that at no point in time showed you the ability to partner you? If this was a dance, baby, you've been out there by yourself. So when you see that dynamic, because these toxic people don't choose each other. They know better than that. They know better than that. They know better than to get their dark side. They go out and find somebody that could actually be a decent partner for them. So it's sad that toxic people are picking better partners than healthy people supposed to be. Like, exactly. He said, you know what? He said, I ain't gonna beat them. I'm gonna join them. So that's the place where we have to begin to understand that. And see, I joined the dark side a long time ago. So I don't have to date myself. I don't have to work that out in relationships. People ask me that all the time, like, you've been divorced twice. Yeah, I left. I was like, you know what? Maybe I did attract that. But once I became aware of it, it becomes a self-correcting error at that point. Just based on my childhood and what I was coming out of growing up, you gotta crawl before you can walk. And we don't want to practice relationships, and we want them to come perfectly packaged for us. I don't need to work. You don't need to work. Then that's why we're picking a shadow person, because there's no work there. It's just coming how it's coming. And it's coming with everything you don't have, everything you want. The bully that you watch get over on everybody in school, now you get to date them. Now you get to sit at the cool kids table. And these people are completely unprocessed trauma. And that's why we like it. We love it. Want some more of it.
I like it. I really appreciate that take. I do agree. I know our country's culture is not really set up for arranged marriages. We don't have the reinforcement mechanisms or structures to keep that kind of thing going. But as far as just the randomness of chance, somebody else choosing for us would be a better choice.
The marriages we don't hear about are the arranged marriages, because you have to understand, marriage was a institution for the middle class and above. Rich people have been orchestrating matches in marriages from the beginning. We don't hear about Sierra and Russell Wilson because they're rich. We don't know what really goes on in Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage because they're both rich. So my point in what I'm saying is, all of these pedestrian proletariat struggles, these feudal poverty struggles when it comes to relationships, are a social construct. We have the systems to arrange marriages in this country. We would just have to, as Rashawn would love to hear me say, would love to hear these words drip off my lips, submit to it.
Absolutely. All right. I blame no-fault divorce. That is an issue. Rich folk marry for different reasons. I have a question for you, wireless woman.
Social engineering.
I have a question for you. If a woman leaves multiple marriages, and that's the stat, that stat that men like to cite, women leave 70% of relationships. If you leave, so are you like overrepresented in that stat? Like, how does that work? Do you know anything about that stat? Like, so if you leave multiple relationships, are you like double, triple dipping in that stat? I'm just
Um,
like, are you
yeah,
half of the
I
70%?
can I can speak to it. Yeah, I've changed my name so many times at the Social Security Administration. I know if I try it again, they're just gonna be like, no,
The
you have
flag.
met the lifetime limit of Social Security cards. Okay. If they change my name one more time. Um, I think that women being able to take control of anything
Hmm.
after so many years of not having control over anything is going to be a exercise in power. You know, we have to learn how to exercise that power. Now, with that being said, this is bringing balance to the force, whether you like it or not. This is what you deserve until you do right by me.
Deserve.
Until you do right
Deserve.
by me, everything you think of is gonna crumble and fail. Yeah, this is years of poorly socialized men that have been in marriages without consequence because women just went along with these things. These are the men that were playing with He-Man out in the He-Man Woman Haters Club in the tree house while women were washing dishes and playing doctor and playing with dolls and house. And this has been poorly socialized men that have failed not just families but in life. That's why we're watching them. Listen, I promised you I was gonna get my lick back. What the
Hey,
therapist
get it
said, what
in.
the
That's what the
therapist
therapist
said at the
said.
top of the show. She
As
said,
she
I know
said.
me. I'm gonna want my lick back.
You getting your lick back. I'm gonna take this
And
L. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
hold this L. I'm gonna hold it.
they're failing each other. Y'all aren't friends with each other. Y'all haven't built communities with each other. Y'all have created, just fatherless homes in several different ethnicities and races and communities and now countries. So we got to get to the root of what it is. And women are trying to bring balance to that force by saying, okay, we're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to put up with it anymore. But that isn't necessarily wielding power to be able to say no. All we have is boundaries. All we have is
Hmm.
borders. And so I'm not saying that we got to all sit here and drag each other, but putting forward what I feel like is the most probable thing, we are going to have to start to outsource partnerships the way we outsource everything else we don't want to do. So, had an aneurysm.
Listen, man. Yeah,
Um,
you
we
you
can't
hit us
trust
over
y'all
the
to
head with
pick
that
your
one.
own women because this one's out of control. This one's out of control. This, like I said, I'm somebody who gets chose, so it ain't like I'm speaking from some bitter place. I'm probably chose somewhere right now and don't even know. But once you do the choosing, once you do the partnering, we have to have men who can support because marriage in large part does not benefit women.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not anymore. It used to. Like you said, we out there too now. So if we're not going to be enriched financially, enriched emotionally, if we're not going to be enriched, you came on my channel and said y'all need Title IX to compete with us. I didn't say it. You said it. So my point is, if you can't meet us where we are, then it's not beneficial for us anymore.
Right. I said that we need the benefits because y'all have them. Y'all have the leverage right now. So y'all are enriched, but it's cool. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this L. But I'm gonna get ready to let you up out of here, man. It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure having you today. I really do thank you for taking the time because I know you did not do your
Yeah.
stats class, your stats test like you should have yesterday. You've been putting off the necessary work. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's
Okay.
going on with you, and I'm not sure
Okay.
why we need to have this intervention
Okay.
right here. Everybody put in the chat, do better.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody put in the
Okay.
chat, do better, please, because we need our women to do the
Okay.
job that they came for. We need our
Well,
therapists to
I was doing
therapize.
44 jobs at one time. That was the problem. I had kids to raise and food to cook and a full-time job to work while I was going to school full time. I had 4 other classes. But yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate Mountain Do Better. Oh my God. I appreciate you being patient in my affliction. I figured out what was wrong with my camera, so I'll be on top of it.
That's what's up.
But it's always great to come over here and to spar with someone that I respect intellectually, even though, when you was over on my channel, I wasn't really sure how I felt about you for a few days. But, when I come back over here to your huge podcast and then I'm over here on your huge podcast, it makes up for a lot of other personality flaws that you have. So thank you for inviting me back.
That's typically what happens when people get on your huge podcast. They start to forget the other personality flaws.
They become
the
much more
lapse in
forgiving.
character. They become a lot more forgiving. Yeah, but that's what happens. You just got to get them on the podcast. But thank you, Wireless Woman. I really appreciate the time you took with me. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I am going to say goodnight to everybody. Any last words before you slip on out?
Tomorrow night is Wireless Wednesdays, as always, 7 p.m. I don't know if this is the week where I'm talking about the gentrification of dating. It's either this week or next week. But every Wednesday is Wireless Wednesday over on the Wireless Women channel. So I look forward to seeing y'all over there.
Do I have a drop for you? Let me see if I put it.
Probably not, because you keep playing that music. I didn't ask you to stop playing.
It's my song. It's my song.
I want my own theme music over here. I feel like I have earned that. When I come over here, I want the whole room to get dark. Okay. When I pull my thing out, everything get black. When the dark skin come over here, I don't want that light skin music.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna have something for you, but I'm a troll. So when I have it set up, I don't want you crying. Because it's gonna be. I'm gonna troll you. I'm gonna troll you.
Well, thank you again. Good night, Rashawn. Good night.
Good night, Wireless. Appreciate you. Great conversation. Wireless is awesome. Don't think arranged marriage is the answer. Would be interesting to do a deep dive on that. And I Digress is in the building. Matter of fact, everybody before Wireless Woman, I Digress and Renee and Jeray and Wireless Woman will be with me on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So come back here in 2 days' time for that conversation. That should be pretty good.
Okay, Dawn, I'll dive in on it. If not back over here, then I'll do it on my channels.
Appreciate you. And everybody, I thank you for being in the chat. Everybody that participated, I really do appreciate all of you. Tomorrow I'll be doing something live, but it won't be public. It will be for one of my social groups. And Thursday, come on, man, at 3 p.m. And then the conversation, the soda stream. It will be the state of the algorithm. We're going to talk about a few socio-political type things with I Digress and the Wireless Woman. So come back Thursday for that. I will see you next time.
Okay.
I really have to find an outro for the. I have to find something.
I told you, put me something dark. Put me something that feel like bourbon. Put me something dark and sexy on when I come through. Okay. I want them to be like, what is that velvet when I come in the room? Okay.
There's only one thing. I ain't even gonna say that because that would have been so pause worthy right before I played this. But you said dark and sexy, and it is when I do this, it's gonna be so pause worthy. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. You said dark and sexy, so there you go.
Who the fuck are you? Excuse me. I only debate my equals. All others I teach.
Need all the hundreds and fifties, let's spread it. I'm with this shit, so let's get it. Killing it, leaving nobody, no addicts. Sound like I'm Lenny Kravitz.
You have cooned so bad, my brother, that they damn near need to put your face in the dictionary next to the word coon. And I don't mean no disrespect, my brother. White man play you like he play Sega. He play you, this is you. He ain't even got to be in the hood. He got this. He played Negroes like this. But they not speaking up against your oppression. I wish another coon, boot-licking, shut-jiving Uncle Tom will get in my face talking about we need to be patient.
We gotta sweat. Y'all don't want to sweat. Y'all just want to be comfortable.
It's none of your concern. You don't have the right to ask me where I've been. You don't have the right to know what I was doing. You messed up, and I took a break. And guess what? The next time you mess up, I'm going to take another break.